Hey, everybody, welcome to Rocks Across the Pond. It's a curling podcast coming to you from Richmond, Virginia. My name is Ryan McGee, and I'm all alone today. No Jonathan Havercroft. And the reason for that is I'm here to tell you how to watch Olympic and Paralympic curling if you're in the United States. And Jonathan's in England, so he doesn't care. But if you're one of our American listeners, and our stats say that's about half of you, you're probably interested in how to find Olympic and Paralympic curling on your televisions. And I'm here to tell you that. Olympic curling is going to get underway Wednesday, February 2nd, a couple days before the opening ceremony. So even before the Olympics officially begin, you're going to be able to see some curling. And if you're wanting to watch these events live, your best bet is going to be Peacock. And that is NBC Universal's relatively new streaming service. If you have a cable subscription, and in some cases, if you just have a cable internet subscription, you probably have access to Peacock. So check your cable and satellite provider and check your internet provider and see if you have access to it. I don't have cable, but I do have Comcast for internet, and that gives me free access to Peacock. If you don't have a cable or satellite or streaming provider and your internet service provider doesn't give you access to Peacock, it is a premium service and it's $4.99 per month. But Peacock is going to be the place to go if you want to watch most of this stuff live. Now, there are 7 U.S. curling games, mixed doubles, men's and women's, that are going to air live in the United States. In addition to that, the women's gold medal game will air live in the US. But other than that, on linear TV networks, everything else is going to be taped. So if you want to watch it live, you go to Peacock. You might have access to it already. You might have to pay $4.99 a month. You might be able to get a month free trial during February to see Olympic curling. Look into that as well. But the cool thing about Peacock is you're going to be able to watch every single game, not just the US games. So when there's a draw that the US isn't playing and you still want to watch, say, Norway versus Canada, or you want to watch Great Britain against Japan, you can do that on Peacock. So the games that are going to be live, and as I said, there's 7 of them. Here they are. And USA Network and CNBC are kind of be your home of curling here in the US. Here are your live games. On February 2nd at 8 p.m., mixed doubles, USA versus Italy. On February 5th, that's another mixed doubles game, USA against Czech Republic. That one's on CNBC. The men's tournament on February 10th, also at 8 p.m. That one's on CNBC. You're noticing a pattern here. Basically, it's all those 8 p.m. games, and I will get to that in a moment. Then February 12th, 8 p.m., the U.S. men against Canada on CNBC. February 14th at 8 p.m., it's the U.S. men against Switzerland on CNBC. Next day, February 15th at 8 p.m., it's the U.S. women taking on Canada at 8 p.m. on CNBC. And then your last round robin Team USA game, it's the day after that, February 16th, 8 p.m., the U.S. men against Denmark live on CNBC. Those are your live Team USA round robin games that are going to be on linear TV networks. For the other games, if you want to watch them live, you got to watch them on Peacock. Otherwise, you can watch them on tape delay. And again, USA Network and CNBC are going to be your home for curling in terms of watching it on TV networks here in the US. And we have the full Olympic and Paralympic curling schedule available, broken down by time zone. It's a very Western Hemisphere centric schedule, along with notes on where to watch the games on TV. You can find that in the show notes on our website and on our socials. Just search for Rocks Across the Pond and you'll be able to find it. If you don't, just use the link that is in the show notes. For watching these games, the time difference between the US and Beijing makes it easy for the East Coast for a couple of the draws, and then the middle draw is going to happen in the middle of the night. So, Eastern Standard Time, with one exception, really. All of your draws are going to be, again, this is Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m., 1 a.m., 7 a.m. And that's going to be most days. The exception is February 4th. Now, that's the day of the opening ceremony. So there's only 2 mixed doubles draws that day, and they bump them up 30 minutes. So on the game scheduled for February 4th, Eastern Standard Time, that's 7:35 p.m. and 12:35 a.m. Other than that, the draws in the Eastern Time Zone in the United States, 8 p.m., 1 a.m., 7 a.m. So the time change kind of works out for the early and late draws. The middle draw, obviously, middle of the night here in the US, but it works out to where we get a decent number of games being aired live. I honestly don't remember, other than Vancouver, which was obviously in North America, I don't remember this much live curling in the US. And I'm sure that that has to do with the fact that the US men won gold 4 years ago. And you can see that in the schedule. Part of it is it kind of shook out that there's um, a lot of early in China, late in the US draws for the US men and not as many for the US women. That's kind of the way it shook out. But I'm sure that some of that has to do with TV is interested in showing the defending gold champions, which is kind of unfair for the US women. I think that they have a decent shot at making the playoffs, and there's a couple of draws there that I think that they might have had the opportunity to show the U.S. women live. One example, a game against Korea, that one could have been shown live. Instead, it's going to be on tape delay. Um, but yeah, a good amount of live curling on TV networks in the U.S. Otherwise, you're going to have to check them out on Peacock. Peacock's fairly easy to access. It's peacocktv.com. You can also access the games on NBCOlympics.com or the Peacock app on your phone or tablet. And I even have a Peacock app on my smart TV that makes it really easy to watch the games just on television as if it was being shown live on a TV network. And if you have YouTube TV, I know that they made it pretty easy to access games and record Olympic events based off of sport. You could choose which sport you wanted, and YouTube TV would just record all of them. That was the way it was at the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, and surely that'll be the same way it is here. But it's pretty easy to access these games if you want to watch them live. I know we complain that not enough things get shown live during the Olympics, especially when there's so many time zones away. But these days, it's pretty easy to access a live broadcast, even if it's not on a linear network. So spread the word. Check out the schedule that we have posted on our website and our socials. It breaks it down and makes it pretty easy for you to find the games. And please, if you're new to this sport, enjoy the games. Please check out our Welcome to Curling series, where we, give you an introduction to the sport and hopefully decode some of the things that you'll see and hear while watching these games. I can't wait. It's once every 4 years. People go mad for curling, and honestly, I love it. I love it when my friends who don't watch curling except for during the Olympics, get excited about it and ask me questions about it. That really, makes me jazzed. So excited for that. Enjoy the games. Check out all of our episodes. Please, if you're new to the game, find us on our socials and talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. We're Curling Podcast on Twitter and Rocks Across the Pond pretty much anywhere else. So enjoy the games. Enjoy Olympic curling. We're really excited to watch, and good curling, everybody.